Hello, and welcome to Divine Duality Tarot. I'm Destiny.
And I'm TJ.
And in today's video, we are going to be doing a general love reading for Gemini. And this may not resonate with you. It might resonate with you. So just keep that in mind as you go through. This may not be for everyone.
This is a general reading for Gemini.
Yes, general reading for Gemini in October of 2022. If you are cross-watching and you are not a Gemini, then this is most likely not going to resonate with the entire situation that you are going through in your relationship. So if you are cross-watching and you are not a Gemini, please go check out the video that is your rising sign. Thank you.
And if there is a Gemini in your life and you're wanting a little more insight into them, please stick around and maybe you'll learn something going on with a friend or a family member, or maybe your significant other. But either way, your rising sign, watch your video for you to get some more insight into what's going on with your rising sign.
Yes.
So what are we going to do today?
I think what we are going to do is we are going to do the mutual between you Gemini and your interest, and then we're going to do your energy and your interest's energy, and we will clarify with our second deck as we go. I don't know. That's why my bracelet keeps pinching my wrist.
So, just like she said, now a lot of times when these cards come out, if any of them don't quite make sense, if they have kind of a mixed meaning, we do have our second deck here to clarify, to get any additional answers we need, going forward.
Right.
So what's the question?
So what is the mutual energy between Gemini and their partner, and your partner?
Interesting start.
Okay.
What's next?
What is your energy in this relationship? What is your energy in this one? Oh. Okay, I'm gonna.
I think gravity is taking over right now.
Yeah. Yeah, because this is not going the way that I wanted it to go. That's okay.
What's the one that fell on?
Two.
One of those two. Because those ones shot out for no reason. And that's always the right reason.
Correct. Okay. What is your partner's energy in this relationship? What is your interest's energy in this relationship? What is your energy's interest in this relationship? Jesus.
Okay.
Oh no, we got one on the floor.
May not have to do much clarifying today because
this deck wants to talk. That is supposed to be there, and then the rest of them go.
So the next one that fell out, and then this one, and then this one.
Oh my good lord.
Alright, so why don't you talk for Gemini? What's going on with Gemini? What do you see?
So I see that we have the 10 of Cups, which is fulfillment. You are getting your happy ending. You're getting what you need out of life. You're having a fulfilled life. And then we have the 10 of Wands, which is burden and overwhelming in your life. Like you're being overwhelmed. So maybe you have your fulfillment, but you're overwhelmed with that fulfillment. And then you have the Page of Wands, which is impulsiveness. So you are impulsive. And then you have the Magician. So your power and balance and manifestation is potentially uprooted, and you're being impulsive, while also having the 4 of Swords, which is needing to go in and self-care, having that moment of self-clarity and being able to go within your mind to fix what's going on.
Kind of what I'm seeing here, Gemini. Sorry. maybe the ideal situation of your outcome in this isn't really what you think it is. That burden of not really even knowing what you want and not realizing that you have the tools to clarify that is causing the Four of Swords here, the Four of Swords, which is self-care. It's, you need to find a way to realize what you want. Because right now, I'm seeing confusion.
Yeah, you have fulfillment, but you're overwhelmed by it. So you're not quite under the circumstance of knowing what you want.
So are you telling yourself you're fulfilled?
Or you are wanting to get the fulfillment, so you're potentially wanting to go in and maybe make that next step in your relationship and potentially propose, but you're overwhelmed and burdened by the fact that maybe that is what is happening, and then you have the impulsiveness of just wanting to let it out, but you also need to know that you need to be resourceful and make sure that this is what you actually want. So make sure that you are there to know that that's what you want.
Ultimately, the most important one here, the most important card here, the most important message here, in my opinion, to me, is the Four of Swords. Because self-care, if you can't care for yourself, nobody else is going to.
And you can't care for others.
You are you. You are the Gemini. That's you. That's your mind. That's your heart. It's your intuition. That's your logic. Everything is in you. And if you neglect that, then you're destined for failure.
Yes.
100% of the time. So we're going to play a little devil's advocate here and see what's going on with your interest. What's going on with the other part of this relationship. So we have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is seeking truth. It's quick action, one of the fastest moving, rapid thoughts, going right for the truth. It's the reporter in you, the objective reporter. The Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is satisfaction. They have, it's a lot of fulfillment and satisfaction, complacency, not necessarily complacency, but can be. And then you have the World, a very powerful card. The World is a new phase in a relationship, celebrating love, confidence, sometimes a learning lesson. It's something has come full circle.
Yeah, it's the ending of the cycle and the starting of a new.
And speaking of that, you have the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is an ending and a new beginning. It's the end of something. Sometimes that something ending is not always the best of circumstances. Sometimes it's a bad situation that is finally ending. In general, that's what that would mean. The Eight of Swords, Gemini, the Eight of Swords for you is entrapment, is restriction. Like this is what your
partner is feeling restricted and unsure.
And then the last one for Gemini's interest is the Queen of Wands, which is creativity and ambition. So kind of what I'm kind of seeing here is their current energy is ambitious, and maybe that ambition is kind of blinding themselves from the truth, from what they already have. Maybe they want more. Maybe they've reached a situation in their life where, I'm thinking confusion as to where they're wanting to go. Is kind of, one person wants one thing, the other one doesn't quite know what they want. The other person, they have ambition. They're might be showing
quick.
some aggression. Not aggression as in like anger, but aggression in action. And yes, like she said, quick. They're truth seeking, and they want that ending that they see. They see a goal. They have their own goal. Everybody has their own goal. They have their own goal, and they're ambitious to get it. And whatever cycle they're in, it's getting broken. And I think that cycle is leading to blindness. Sometimes when you're moving in one direction and something comes in out of nowhere to change it, it restricts your view. You don't see all the pieces. You're blindsided.
You can't see it from a different perspective at the same time.
So that cloud ambition.
I'm thinking that your guys' mutual energy is that there's something new that's coming into face, and there's like an inspiration of something new happening. There's the judgment, so you're accepting something that has failed. You're letting go of that, and you're forgiving and forgetting and accepting those things with your lover. You're letting them, you know, like you're with your soulmate, so let that happen so that you can go on to celebrate that fact.
3 of Cups, people celebrating together, actually getting somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, this one's been pretty short and sweet. So like it's letting you know, like, hey, you may be confused. Think about it a little bit and you'll be fine. You're ending your partner is ending your cycle in a quick movement into the new ambition to make sure that you guys can get to a point of acceptance and forgiveness.
You both want the same thing.
You both want the happy ending.
These are different cards, but for your situation, you want that completion. You want that happy ending. You want your fulfillment.
Yeah.
And their situation, they want the world. And in all honesty, you're a part of that. You truly are. This relationship together has a lot of mutual, you know, connecting energy. You have new beginnings, you have the lovers, you have celebration.
Yeah. So I'm gonna consult the wizards, and we're gonna ask them what is some advice that you can take away from this situation. So
how can we get through October 2022 on a good note? How can we fix whatever
what is the advice for Gemini? What is our advice for Gemini? What is the universe telling Gemini to do? What is it telling them to do? Well, that one flipped twice. So that one is really telling them. You grab that 5 of Wands.
Of course.
What is the advice for Gemini? Why should you continue? No, why should you continue with this relationship?
Every once in a while, gravity decides it
These
wants
two.
to. Those last 2 flipped when I was picking them up.
That's fine.
There's another one down here too.
Keep that one. Ooh, why did it bend like that? Anyway. Okay.
So we have quite a bit of advice
Quite
from our
a bit.
Wizards deck here. So what do you got?
I have 6 of Wands, which is victory and a power couple. So once you guys can get through whatever you guys are going through, you'll come out victorious, and you'll have the Emperor. So you'll have the bold moves, and your power and your romance is going to be there. You'll have the 5 of Wands, and that is to, it's a little bit of drama and overwhelmingness, but under the circumstances, I wouldn't.
The drama's already there.
Right, it's not nearly as bad as it seems. You have the 8 of Swords, which is entrapment and like defensiveness, I guess, and restrictions. So again, you're having those restrictions within your love for each other and your love, but again, soulmate energy. You have your soulmate. You are with your soulmate. Patience is virtue. Be temperate. Be patient. Be yourselves and make sure that you are doing what you need. And then you have the 7 of Wands, which is, again, setting boundaries so that you don't end up having your issues with being restricted and trapped.
So here's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing that if you want to get through this funk, whatever this shit is going on right now, whatever this problem is, you know, whatever this blockage is, you got to use your temperance. You got to go at it with an open mind and knowing that you are 1/2 of the equation. You cannot get to 2 without both ones. So be temperate, listen to their side, She said it best. You got to set boundaries. That might be part of the problem, is you have two very powerful forces that working together with no boundaries, with no walls, you are having explosions in at each other. You have the tools you need, but without boundaries, without some kind of rules, you're going to have that heartache, you're going to have that defensiveness, you're going to have blindness. I mean, they can't stress that enough, the blindness. The Eight of Swords, you're going to magnify that. And she said all there is to say about that. Like, that's your soulmate energy.
Soulmate. You have values that you guys both value together. That is your soulmate.
And that Emperor, that to me, in my opinion on this particular situation for October, the Emperor is clearly saying, take charge, take authority, know what you want. So look in yourself, get rid of all the assumptions, and think, what is it do you want? What is it that is good for you? Because you, Gemini, you're you. You need to know what you want and act on it.
And you are the only one that is going to know what you want.
Nobody can tell you that for you. Nobody.
Nope. And I believe that is all I have.
I'm not seeing any other messages in here. Not today.
Just to make sure that you are using judgment and temperance. Just like be patient. Things will suffice, and keep yourself in check.
Always keep communication. That is the top most priority in any relationship. You gotta communicate.
Yeah.
And sometimes you gotta force that communication. Sometimes you have to be the authority and say, look, Buster, it's time to talk.
You guys, again, soulmate energy, become the power couple by setting up boundaries.
You have that. Set the rules for your relationship. You got your power couple. You got your soulmate energy. Can't stress it enough.
But please let us know if this resonated with you by leaving us a comment down below.
Also, Gemini, if you want to look into the sign of, significant other, maybe you have a friend or somebody, with some questions, please feel free to watch some of our other videos on the other rising signs and get some insight into all sorts of different stuff.
Yeah.
And like and subscribe, and that's it for October.
Just see you in November.
Stick with it and you'll get through it.